Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. How do I find my purpose? So, my name is Roseanne Reed and I am from Jamaica. I'm an author, speaker, lifestyle coach, and business consultant. And I help others under the brand The Dream Inspirationalist how to birth and monetize their dreams in alignment with their purpose and help them to create systems and strategies that can actually create wealth and help them create their dynasties. So, I want to talk with you this morning about how do I find my purpose, because this is a question that I get a lot. A lot of persons say, what is purpose? Why is it important to be living my life in purpose? How do I live my life in purpose? And so, I want to share with you today how you can actually discover your purpose and start to walk in your purpose. So we think that, discovering our purpose is difficult, but it is not. And so I want to share with you today how to discover your purpose, right? And so one of the main things with purpose is that purpose gives us the ability to live our lives with meaning, because a lot of us are living life, but we're just living life aimlessly, and we're not really living our lives with any meaning. And so what we want to ensure is that we are living our lives with meaning and that we are creating an impact in society. And so through doing that, we have to make sure that we're doing that in purpose. So you say, what is purpose, Roseanne? What is purpose all about and why is it necessary? So purpose is that innate ability that you use to carry out your mission. It is the reason why you were created. It is a combination of all of the talents and gifts that you have been given and how they can actually work in your life, right? Now, you may think that purpose is not important, but think about this. Somebody just won $1 million and at the end of 3 months, they don't have a cent in that $1 million. Why? Because the money was just spent frivolously. It was spent here, it was spent there, it was spent everywhere, and no purpose was behind how the money was spent. No. If I am in purpose and my mission is to empower others to move from pain to purpose in their lives, then I'm going to be always doing stuff that's going to motivate others to move from pain to purpose, right? My mission is to make sure that I empower the world through sharing my story, through helping others to birth and monetize their dreams. I birth and monetize my dream, and I'm also helping others to birth and monetize their dreams as well. Now, you say to me, how do you do that? No, the thing is, you need to sit down and take an analysis of your life, right? Now, my life has purpose and it has meaning because I'm using my story of overcoming child abuse and near-death experience at the age of 12, complete societal rejection and complete ostracization from my immediate family at the age of 23, and my breakdown at 17. From the age of 6, between the ages of 6 to 14, I was folded in a fetal position as punishment and locked in a cupboard with the key, right? And that was what the mode of punishment that I used to get from my father as a young girl from 6. Now 6 is a little baby, right? And so you think of your 6-year-old being folded in a fetal position and locked in that dark cupboard and how dark and terrifying it would be. Now I survived that, and I lived through at the age of 14 when my father realized I was too big to fit in that cupboard, him throwing me across the bed till my neck snapped and watching my eyes flash before my life. But guess what? I did not allow the pain that I endured in my life to allow me to become bitter. Instead, I decided to use it to empower others to know that, guess what? If I survived that and I'm still standing here before you today looking beautiful, with no spine disorder, no bone disorder, nothing like that, no steel in my back, then you can do it too. And you may not have been through anything as bad as I have been, but the fact is that I survived and you can survive too. So One of the things that we want to do is look at, how do I find my purpose? What is purpose? How do I find purpose? And again, we say purpose is the reason why you were created, the reason for your existence on earth. And we typically find that persons who don't know their purpose, they don't know why they're here, they don't know what they were here to do, and they're not living and walking in that purpose, those persons basically just aimlessly float about. They just go about from day to day, merely existing, but it's just monotonous, it's just humdrum, it's just work, home, back, make some money, that's it. At the end of the day, there is no purpose, there is no meaning. So I really want to share with us today the steps that we can take to discover what our purpose is. So the first thing that you need to look at is, what does come natural to you? What comes most natural to you? Is it sewing? Is it cooking? Is it singing? Is it coaching and mentoring others? Is it speaking to large crowds? Is it acting? Is it skiboarding? Is it dancing? Whatever it is that comes naturally to you, I mean, like, you do it without even thinking, that is a clue that that is where your purpose lies, right? Because your purpose has keenly to do with what comes naturally to you. Your purpose is closely aligned to these three things: what comes naturally to you, what gives you the most joy, and what you would do day in, day out if money was not an issue, right? So what comes naturally to you? So I was in corporate business, international business management for 14 years, and at my highest paid job, I realized that there was still something within me that was not satisfied. And when I took a keen look back, I recognized that I had actually discovered my purpose at 17 years of age, and that was to help other persons. No, it comes naturally to me to help other persons, to discuss with them, what's the best way out for their life, to give them strategies and systems and tools that they can use to make their lives better, to overcome heartbreak, to overcome divorce, to overcome complete pain through death and all of that. And I'm able to help motivate persons to be the best in their life. And it comes without thinking. When people have difficult situations that they're trying to get persons to come out of, persons who are suicidal, persons who are so irrational that they're not even thinking about the decisions that they make, they will call on me to come and see if I could speak to these persons. And so I remember one time at church I developed the nickname Counselor, right? And so you find that typically I am somebody who is able to speak and to help somebody, to influence them to make a right decision in their life. No, that comes naturally to me. I do it without thinking. I wasn't trained for it. It's just a skill that's just an innate part of me. It's just something that I do well. When I preach, when I speak, I have audience, who are just hanging on to my every word. And so that's not just about me, but it's about the gift that God has given me. And so there is a unique gift that God has given you that comes naturally to you. Maybe you preach, whatever it is, you sing, and you just sing illustriously. You make delicious meals. You are an excellent chef or a cook. So look at that thing that comes to you naturally, that you do without even thinking. You may not necessarily have had to be trained for it, but it could be something that you are just a pro at. Even if you are trained at it, you're a pro at, and there's nobody that can quite do it like you, right? Number 2, what gives you the most joy? Plain and simple, what gives you the most joy? No, what gives me the most joy is helping others, is seeing that my story, that the gift that I gave the person, that the advice that I just gave the person was able to benefit them in a positive way, was able to impact their lives, that, a year down the road they could come back and say, but Roseanne, that advice that you gave me was really, really good. And now I have started my own business. Now I have published my book. Now I have started to take that degree course, right? Now, even when I was growing up as a child, one of the things that used to give me joy was birthdays, because I just love to give persons gifts. And I got joy out of wrapping that gift with love. I'm very creative, and so I could wrap the gifts very well, put together gift baskets very well. And I used to spend money on making sure that I gave somebody a valuable gift. One thing about me is that I don't like to give people things that I wouldn't like to receive. So it's not something that I want, then I'm not going to give it to you, right? And so that was one of the things that I used to love doing, other than reading, was giving persons gifts. And I used to love to see the joy that I get from doing something that would make somebody else happy. And so it didn't have to just be a gift, but it could also be my helping somebody, just going to their home and helping them, or whatever it is that they needed help with. As long as I could help and make your life better, I was happy. And so when I came back now, after, being in corporate Jamaica for a while and sitting down and saying, okay, why is it that I'm making so much money, but there's still something that's not at peace within me? That's when I realized that I had neglected my purpose, right? And so I needed to look back at how I could create something that could incorporate my purpose and what gave me the most joy, what came most naturally to me, and also be able to create wealth for me and my family, right? So that's number two. Number two is look at what gives you the most joy. Number one was what comes to you naturally, right? So we're talking about how do I find and discover my purpose, and how do I actually walk in my purpose, right? So how do I find my purpose? The steps to find my purpose. Now, number three is, what would you do day in, day out if money was not an issue? If money was not an issue to you, what would you do every day? What would you get the most joy of waking up and doing and creating and working at every single day if money was not an issue? If you never had to worry about any operational expenses, any physical expenses, what would give you the most joy when you decided to get up and do that, right? Now, day in, day out, there are several things that I would do if money was not an issue, but it all comes back down to my being a speaker, a lifestyle coach, and a business consultant, because I would get up every day and create stuff to help others to birth and monetize their dreams. I would be an empowerment speaker every day if money was not an issue. I would read, be an empowerment speaker, deliver content, create videos still, because this is what I love to do. I love to share my talent, my knowledge, and my expertise with other persons to help them benefit their lives, because I want to know that the gifts that God has given me is not just being used for me, but that it's actually helping others to become better. Okay, so these are the three things. What comes to you naturally? What gives you the most joy? What would you do day in, day out if money was not an issue? Now, when you sit down and look at those three things, look at them, analyze them, that will tell you what your purpose is on earth, because those things are already a part of you. That's already built in. It's already innate. It's not something that you have to go to school to study. Yes, you may go to school to study to actually develop on it, right? To develop the gift that you have and to make it better and to package it so that you are able to offer it better to the world. But some of us don't need to go to school for that. Some of us already know how to do it, right? So all you need to look at now is how you can take that purpose, combine it with the talent, the expertise, your qualifications that you already have, and put it in a system package. So for example, I took my story and put it in a book and created a system, right? I created a pre-release system before I released my book. I created my book and I put my story in a package that's able to empower persons around the world, that's able to reach persons anywhere, persons from Australia, New Zealand, England, the USA, UK, Canada, the Caribbean, Jamaica have bought this book. No, did I have to travel to New Zealand and to England to touch lives, and to the UK and to Australia to touch lives with my story? No, I package it in a book and put it on a system that is everybody is able to access from around the world. So this is the same thing that you need to do to be able to walk in your purpose, right? So once you have discovered the purpose, you say, Roseanne, I don't know how to put this purpose into something that can create wealth. But no problem, that's what I am here for. So as a business strategist and a business coach, that's what I help persons to do, to put systems in place that can help them to generate wealth from their purpose or their business ideas or combined efforts, right? So you can contact me at rosannereid.com. That's ROSANNEREID.com. You can also follow me on Facebook at Be Free Inc. BEEFREEINC. I'm on Instagram as the Dream Inspirationalist, on Twitter at Rosanne Reid. So hook me up if you have a question about how to walk your life in purpose. This was my tip for today. And if you want to follow me more, we have a group, the Dreamers Marketplace, where we share more on helping persons to create that dream lifestyle and build their dream dynasty. That's the Dreamers Marketplace, and we meet in that group on a daily basis. In the week, we share inspirational tips on how to build your big dreams. It's for big dreamers, not for those who who want to settle with mediocrity, right? So this is not for everybody, but this group is really for persons who want to actually create their dream lifestyle, who have big dreams, who want to take back the kingdoms of this world and create wealth so that they can do better in the community, who are world changers and shifters and changers. And so in the group this week, I'm going to be sharing more on how keeping the right relationships is crucial to creating our dream in life, because a lot of times we have everything that we need, but we allow persons who are not in the same pathway and mission alignment with us to influence the decisions that we make, right? So join us over in the Dreamers Marketplace. We'll share the link. You can follow us on the Facebook page to check it out. Join us at the Dreamers Marketplace. Just search for it on Facebook. And until next time, take care, walk in purpose, stay true to you. Rosanne Reid, the Dream Inspirationalist. Take care. Bye-bye.